right. Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic start to the AM. Happy was it Wednesday here today? And yeah, really looking forward to seeing what's in store for us here today after pretty nice little session there yesterday. We've got a few things for us to talk about. We'll bring that up later in the stream here today once things maybe settle down a little bit. But going to be introducing really exciting, I think, new features here that should make your guys' job as traders easier, and it will make my job to help traders and give you guys feedback and yeah, kind of like make it easy for everyone to journal and do all those fun things. So really looking forward to it. I'll show you guys what I'm working on in a little bit. But you guys will be, I think, very, very excited with these changes. Today, though, right, we still do have a day to trade, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, however you want to call it. And we should have a relatively interesting session. Pretty good amount of data, right? We're going to have some Trump speak here today, which should also get a little bit interesting. And yeah, really excited basically to see what's in store and what markets want to give me, right? So that for me is going to be priority number one, right? Take advantage of basically just the easiest move that I can find here today, right? Or easiest move of the day. That's kind of the objective. And then from there, yeah, hopefully we can take advantage of whatever volatility is out there and set things up to be hopefully reasonably successful. Yeah, besides that, I don't have too much else to say, so let's get after it. All right. ES, so red candle, increasing outlier volume, punchy volume day there yesterday, right? And then a little bit of a gap up. So we're going to call this a 2 out of 3 to the downside with volume. Pre-market lows here, 66.10. So that's going to be our starting point here to the downside. And I would say that directionally, right, or trend-wise, right, we appear to be trending lower since, say, about Halloween or so. And that's going to be the narrative, right, to continue. Now, it doesn't mean we can't reverse or get some moves back up here to the upside. But we do want to be a little bit careful and not be like too aggressive, basically chasing the market here higher, right? So pre-market, we're at like 66.70, I think it was. So I don't mind filling that in, but with extreme prejudice is going to be the kind of standard here, right? Where we want to make sure everything is showing me what I actually need, and we're not just yeah, like hunting setups for the sake of hunting setups, right? Going trend reversal or counter trend when the trend is to the downside can be a really easy way to get tilted. So we just got to be very deliberate, right? If we do take those trades and not to make any dumb decisions. All right, so then to the downside here, I've got it mapped out through 70. I mean, that's probably pretty reasonable. I don't know if I need to change it too much. All right, NQ. So we're going to go red candle, increasing outlier volume gap up. Again, 2 out of 3 to the downside with volume. We're not looking for a trend line bounce, but we are looking for an ORB fake out. Then breakout towards, right? So that's not changing. Target here, 24/7. And again, right, extreme prejudice. To the downside, we're looking at a 24/4. We have that mapped out already to 24,000. That's pretty good. Maybe you can go down to like 23.9. Pretty reasonable. Sweet. All right, CL should be back to being tradable here today post futures roll. Again, not expecting it to be top of the watch list, if that makes sense, right? We'll see how that goes. But let's figure this out. So Yesterday, green candle, right? Increasing volume, and then today, gap down. So 2 out of 3, the upside with vol. And we'll say, we'll just roll. And then to the upside here, looking at a 61 as your starting point. And then to the downside, we're going to be maybe a little bit restricted because of that 5% limit, right? We're already kind of halfway through that move. So 5% here this morning is going to be capping us at approximately 57.50, right? Give or take. So we don't have that much space that we can actually focus on. So we're looking at a 59 to 57.50 type range, actually 58.50 to 57.50. So to the downside, might not be super tradable this morning. Okay. All right, Apple, red candle, increasing volume, gap down, 3 for 3. Okay, Tesla, red candle, decreasing volume, gap up, 1 for 3 to the downside. Microsoft, red candle, increasing volume, gap down, but weak candle shapes. We'll call this a weak 3 for 3. Amazon, red candle, increasing outlier volume, gap up. So 2 out of 3 to the downside with volume. AMD, red candle, increasing volume and technically gapping up. So again, 2 out of 3 with volume. NVIDIA got earnings today. That's going to be a big one. So we're going to avoid this. Okay. Meta, green candle, increasing volume, gap down. So 2 out of 3 to the upside with volume. Okay. And then Netflix post split. Nice little breakout. Green candle, increasing volume, gap down. So 2 out of 3 to the upside. Ooh. Okay. All right. Google, red candle, decreasing volume, gap up. So 1 for 3. The downside. And then the old Vixaroonie, 23.83. So obviously pretty elevated, right? Or like pretty volatile. So it should be a decent range here or a decent amount of action potentially, right? And hopefully that gives us a little bit of tradable PA and things along those lines. How's everyone feeling this morning? Everyone feeling sharp? Hey, Sage. Yes, if you have 1,000 in your account, you could trade this. Although I would recommend using that money to trade with prop firms instead of trading your own personal capital. You'll have more upside and a lot less stress. All right, let me see if I can bring something up here. All right. Give me just a second here, guys. All right, so like I mentioned, we'll be introducing a few new, we'll be introducing a new, or is preview this, introducing a new kind of like front end, if you want to call it that, for all of us. I think it's going to be awesome when it's available. We will figure this thing out here in a second. But I'll get that. I'll get you guys showing here what we're working on. But it's gonna be really exciting. I'm actually really excited about it. I think it's gonna be really helpful, and it should make all of us better traders, which I think will also be very, very exciting. Any questions this morning, team? Any questions? Here we go. This should be it. All right. So you guys should be able to see my screen here now. What I am making for everyone here is like a trading dashboard. This is going to have a bunch of other stuff here that's still missing, but this is a temporary thing. So what it's going to do is it's going to show you your trades, right? It's going to show you how you traded. It's going to show you things that you can improve, and little tips and feedback. And then you can break down stuff on an individual basis. You know, if you take a trade here, like, you go into your calendar, right? You view your trades, and then you see, you know, how you traded. It's going to give you effectively like a trading journal, your position sizing, your P&L, tell you things that you did well, kind of give you a score based on a like the rules that we trade, give you a tilt potential, right? So you kind of have an understanding of maybe how frustrated that trade could have been, and then you can tag it, add it, and do all those sort of things. What this will also do then, right, for people who are using the platform, is it's going to create like a leaderboard, and we're going to be able to see like how people are trading and verify their P&L and start to run contests and little challenges and things along those lines. And we're going to use this as a development tool. For full disclosure, right, if you do use it as the coach, I'm going to be able to see all of your trading data. So when I'm asking you guys to journal your trades, as long as you're uploading your trade files to that platform, it's going to be giving me stuff that I can then give you guys feedback on. And we can use that then in our one-on-one coaching to make sure that we're attaching or attacking things the right way that we should. So I think for, you know, most people, if we want to fix our trading problems, we need to have the right information or the right data, right, to basically assess those things appropriately. And I want to make sure that everyone is going to have an opportunity to use that, so they can get as, you know, successful as they would like to be here with their trading. And then hopefully we can gamify it and make it a little bit cool, and give everyone all the info they need to consistently improve and get better. I'm hopeful that this is completed by maybe Monday or Tuesday, ideally before that, but we'll see how it goes. And we'll see. I was doing this on the plane, and I want to have some time while I was away, so hopefully I can finish this up a little bit more focused work in the next couple days. But very excited to introduce this to the DTR team, and I think it's going to be a nice next evolution in helping us all become the best traders we can possibly be. So I'm really excited, and hopefully you guys are going to love using it too. All right. Enough of the jibber jabber. Let's get after it here a little bit this morning and see what markets have in store for us, and then go from there. Any questions, team? And this is going to be the first of many changes that are coming to DTR in the next, say, 6 months or so. But really exciting stuff, guys. All really exciting. Yeah, so far, not the world's biggest range yet, right? Not by any means, but 53 points, still pretty punchy. I can't complain too much about that. $53 points, just under 600. I mean, less volume than we saw yesterday by a lot. Maybe today's a little bit of a catch your breath day so far. So James, you mentioned issues with your Trader Sync or whatever platform. A few of these prop firms, there was like a an internet outage or whatever server outage on a few places, and so I think that there's some funky stuff going on there. But we'll see if that just gets fixed right in the next little bit. If it persists, I mean, just reach out to the customer support. I'm sure they'll be able to help you a little bit. But yeah, there's no worse feeling than seeing what we perceive to be a green day to be shown as a red day, or opposite. That's not quite what we're looking for, right? So for sure, right, to be a bit annoyed. Perfect. Boom. A little bit of a slower start than yesterday, right? So far, so slow. Not enough data to play the, or sorry, not enough volume to play this breakout to the upside on ES. And Q, maybe we'll have an opportunity there on that next 2-min candle. Would be reasonable for it to go increasing outlier, but we would need general market cooperation, which we seem to have so far. Big thing though is Nvidia, man. Nvidia today is going to be, yeah, Nvidia is going to be a bit of a wild one, I think. And by that, I mean it's probably going to disappoint everyone with how much it moves or doesn't move. And market makers are going to win more so than the people punting on earnings. Does seem like the way that people have been trading earnings for a long time, or at least we'll say in the post-pandemic era of trading, is there's a lot more option speculation on earnings, and options are a pretty poor way to do that because market makers just juice up the premium, right, and then make it really challenging to actually get paid for a move. You need an extremely oversized move. Companies like Polymarket and Kalishi, right, they are introducing bets, right, where you can basically say it's going to beat top line, bottom line, whatever it is, and I think that's providing a better platform for people to speculate on earnings, or at least an easier edge. Yeah, maybe getting a little bit distracted with those stuff, but not how I trade. All right, NQ right now breaking out to the upside. We've got increasing outlier volume. We have no data at 10:40 or sorry 9:45 here today, so we should have a reasonably smooth session. We do have inventories data here at 10:30. Fine, but this is going to be a active setup trigger. So our setup here is a breakout to the upside, right? A breakout through the opening range. And target here would be say 40, 740-ish. So our scenario would look like something like this. Now we do want to see that bearish failure here, right? We do have a little bit of one kind of as a precursor, right? On that little pullback there. This thing might now be going a little bit. And we can see. So reference price, I would have set up at like 70-ish. Right, something along those lines. And then again, same thing we talked about there yesterday. We want to have it split up into basically visualizing it as like 3 zones. So let's watch, right? See how this thing behaves here. Stop loss would be 61. And it's kind of hanging out here. Be a little bit careful. Yeah, I didn't quite get my entry on that. So I might just have to wait this thing out. So watching here very carefully. Oh, let's go. What a rip. Nice and quick. Perfect. All right. So again, still watching here. Okay, that first little move under was a little bit too fast. That was a much better little tennis ball bounce back or a trampoline bounce back, however you want to call it. So again, now let's see if we can get a gentle pull back into that like 70 area or better. Again, moving just a little bit too fast for my liking. This could be the fake out scenario here. Okay, I'm going to have to pass on that. At least for now, how it's currently acting. That's not the right bounce back. That's better. That would put stop loss at 41 or 40. So stop loss would be 42, guys. 640. Yeah, 642. Oh, now it would be lower. Be 35 now. 635. Doesn't look like it wants to behave the way that I expect. We might have to wait this thing out again. But yeah, sounds like a few of you guys got great entries on that, made a bit of cash. So good start here to the day. Personally, still no entries. But let's see. Okay, as you're looking at maybe 667 stop loss. And a reference price here of under 75. Again, if it pulls into that zone, we want to be a little bit patient here, right? We've seen some pretty wicky action at these lows, or at these highs, sorry. That's a good reaction. So let's see if we can maybe get an entry here or get the right reaction to jump in. That would push us to 59, which is a little bit more realistic. Okay, now give me a gentle pullback, please. Under 75 is not going to give it to me. Lame. So I might just reset here, and then it'd be targeting a move towards 24.8 potentially. $9.41, good time. Again, strong close here, not bad. And like I said, targeting 800. We want to see that bearish failure here first. So 698 would be the stop for now. I would expect that low to maybe not hold still. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Probably set it up something like that. So 698 would be the stop loss here, guys. All right, guys. I am in terrible fill price, 714.75. Terrible fill price, not even close to what I wanted. But this thing ran pretty much right away. So I'm going to close this because terrible fill price, and I'm nicely green. So I'm out of this trade, guys, at 32. I got a horrific fill, sloppy execution, I think, more than slippage. But okay, that's a nice little green win. We will reset this and try again. I don't want to be in trades, guys, where I get a entry that is outside of what I'm looking for here. I was trying to get an entry at 708 or better, and I got an entry at 714.75. That's a huge difference. That is a huge difference. So can't accept that. That's not, it means I'm probably getting an extra $2,000 worth of risk that I didn't want. So I'll retry this again potentially. It's a shame, but I got to do the right thing there and get out of that. And that was a quick $1,700. Like, I don't know, kind of bullshit, but I will take it. I'm going to be a little bit patient with this thing, though, guys. I'm going to be a little bit patient with this thing. Well, let's see. I mean, I might be I might be distraught that I didn't didn't hold on here. But that's okay. I got my coffee now. Life will be fine. We'll reset this thing potentially here, right? It's kind of in squeeze mode to the upside. So we're looking at a 747 stop loss, right? It's a plane here today. Taken off, right? So again, we want to see that bearish failure, right? And then we can look to jump in. As price is hovering, guys, right, or as it's pulling back, I'm trying to make my life easy by kind of keeping my stop loss like reasonably active, right? So in my order window, I already have a stop loss price set. I mean, it was 42 there now. Now going to be set at 27, right? Which is where we want it to be. But basically, as this trade is behaving or misbehaving, however you want to describe it, I'm still keeping my order window reasonably filled so that I'm not having to basically like chase, right, my setups or chase things or screw anything up. I can just be a little bit more deliberate, right, and then not have to be rushing when things are coming together. I probably did I don't know if there was a super clean entry there, but it's still behaving fine. Might end up being scenario just on this next candle. That's where we get our next stab at this entry. But a good start here so far, everyone. Good start here so far. Yeah, a bit of a sloppy execution, but you make a mistake, you just get out, you get impartial. It doesn't matter, right, that it ran or if it didn't run. The mistake was buying on the uptick, right, not on the downtick, right? That was the mistake. So for now, reference price would be like 30, we'll call it 37, right? Keep that to be 10 points. We might be able to get this to be tighter, right, with a stop loss around 48, but we'll cross that bridge here potentially. Let's go, Nick. Nice work. So that is going to be the case. I would do something like that, right, with a reference price there of 55, stop loss of 48. Again, right, as this thing is now behaving that way, I'm typing in my stop loss already here. So 748 would be the stop, right? So if it does set up or it does behave the way that we expect, I'm ready to enter this position. Now we're looking for a gentle pullback here under this blue line. Just couldn't pull the trigger. Gave us just a half a second there. Not enough. And because I made a bit of a mistake there on that first entry, right, my priority now is to really make sure that my next entry is sharp, right? That I'm not chasing it, that I'm not getting 6 points worse than I thought I'm supposed to get. That's not super acceptable. Or, I mean, it's just not super sustainable, I think is probably the better way of describing it. I mean, it's acceptable to be in a green trade, but it's not super sustainable to hold out for dear life and hope you get bailed out when you have way more risk than you should on a trade. Let's go, CD. Crushing it today. Let's go, Joel. Congratulations. Love to see it, everybody. Absolutely love to see it. Let's go, Patrick. Where was your bragging yesterday about the payouts then? Let's go, guys. Well done here, team. All right, so watch this move here, right? Too fast. Too fast. This could be the little fake out again. So that would put our stop loss to be 44. Again, I'm just updating that in my order window right away. And I'm looking here, guys. I am looking. They give a little fake out again. Let's see. So now stop loss would have to be 41.50. Again, changing it just a little bit. And I'd be having my reference price to be a little bit tighter now, right? But so far, so good here. So far, so good. Motherfucker. All right, so might be able to get a breakout here. Let's see. At this point, we're probably targeting now 900, which is crazy. And then again, let's see if we can get a failure first. I'm not just chasing it for the sake of chasing it. Although, seems like it might be one of those days where I should, but not the case. Yeah. Again, like we talked about, stop loss now would be 84. Pretty good little bounce. I'm going to look at a reference price here, like 92 or better. Let's see if this thing pulls in. But I am watching. $8.53. So we still got tame. Still got time before pre-market, 10 a.m. data. Still got time before Trump starts yapping. So we got lots of potential here. One heck of a squeeze. This a-hole doesn't want to give us an entry though. How's everyone feeling? Everyone feeling good? No one's too stressed or anxious watching this. Yeah, don't chase, right? We'll have another opportunity here, guys. Always keep setting up. It keeps behaving well, so we can keep watching. All right, so now we're looking, 829 stop loss. Insane. Nah, no, Mikey. No reason to be upset about closing at a profit. Winning traders are green because they're always closing before the market turns against them. So I don't want to hear that. You made a lot of money. You should be stoked. All right, so watching here, guys, again. Looking for a gentle pullback here under 35. There it is. All right, sweet. So I am in 33.75, 33.75, stop loss at 26. Let's see. Not the right reaction here post entry, guys. So I am going to close this. All right, sweet. So I am out. Close price at 38. I will try this again potentially. But I just didn't like that reaction, right? I wasn't green right away, so it made me feel like maybe I was going to get shaked out. And maybe that's a bit of a prematurely. But fine, we'll try this again. James, you're up $1,300, man. Go enjoy your morning. It's amazing. Go enjoy your morning. All right, this thing is relentless. So nice little day here so far, though, team. 2 for 2. Okay, that could be our little fake out. And so that would put stop at 38. Might still get a little bit lower. Let's go. 4K. Nice work. Huge. All right, so we're looking at a 38 stop loss now. I'm going to have my reference price set at 46. Maybe I pussied out of that last trade just a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten out, but once it makes a higher high and then pulls under my entry price, generally tells me that my entry wasn't perfect, right? Because should be able to get it shouldn't retest my entry, it should just go. Right? The more times it has to retest, generally the weaker it is. You could also play this on the 3-min potentially, and that would put a stop loss to be at 48. 3-min confirmation would be that 951 candle. I'm going to look at it that way. So that'd be stop loss 847-ish. So again, I'm watching here carefully, guys. Come on. Too fast. This is gonna, yep, that might have been that little fake out there. So now we want to stop loss at 46, 1 extra point here. And then now let's see if we can get that gentle pullback. All right, guys, I'm in 55.25, 55.25. That thing instantly rocket shipped. Oh, geez. Yeah, so far so good here. So far so good. So we can get through 80. There it goes. 81, 85, 87. Beautiful trade here, team. Beautiful trade. All right, and I'm out of that. I have closed this trade. I have closed at 91.50. Let's go. What a morning. 8:59 and we're freaking flying. Let's go, team. Let's go. Everyone catch that trade? So Jason, it should just be in the trading docs. I did get barbecue in Texas, Market Minor. I went to Terry Black's and Franklin's. I went to them both. Let's freaking go, Mikey. Nice work. $3,100 on the day. Nice work. Tyler, 2,900, almost 3K. Old dude, almost 6K on the day, guys. Fucking kidding me? Let's go. Nice work, Jen. 1,700. Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah. CD, almost $1,900. Guys, we're freaking crushing it. Are you kidding me? This might be our biggest team P&L day in a long time, to be honest. Freaking nice work, guys. Courtney, $2,100. Oh, Derek, I was in Austin. Buddy's bachelor party. Kayla, $2,300. Connor, $1,300. What a day, guys. What a day. Everybody, congratulations. CBH, $2,200. Woo. I think the fear of sharing your data, guys, is making you some money. Hey, Zeus, you made $570 with a tech issue. That's still really good, dude. You made $570 in less than 30 minutes. That's not a bad way to make a living. Marco, 1.1K. Langston, almost the same. Leonard, $1,500. Guys, all I'm seeing is green here. This is amazing. David, $2,500. Guys, what a day. Holy smokes. I just got to say here, team, right? All that focus we spent in October on improving our execution, right? Getting that technique down, dealing with my bitchiness while we're dealing with it. Look at the P&L improvement it gets you, right? Rick, go take the rest of the day off, man. Congratulations. Go enjoy the rest of your morning, right? Don't do anything silly. Make sure it finishes as your biggest ever day. But freaking awesome work, man. But yeah, all that emphasis, guys, on our execution, all that hard work, right? All that suffering. This is where you see the payoff, right? That's so awesome to see. I love that, guys. And then look, I'm doing a little bit of a victory lap here, right? And slowing myself down because like that was an awesome start to the morning, right? Like I'm up almost $4,500, and I can feel the like the euphoria a little bit, right? So I'm trying to get that to like calm down a tad and smidge and just slow myself down. You guys aren't helping with all of your P&L, but still feel pretty good here this morning. Just going to give it a bit of time. Yeah, Jane, you're spot on, Janie. So what I'm looking at here, right, is that in the pre-market when I'm showing up is the today's candle green or red. If it's green, it's a gap up. If it's red, it's a gap down. Jason, I trade with 150K accounts in my prop firm. Yeah, hopefully it'll be done. Yeah, by the weekend. Yeah, like there's a objectively. Yeah. I mean, if you just upload your data, it'll journal it for you, right? So if you just upload your executions, it'll journal your data for you. I mean, Sonia, I mean, you're up $2,600 and you're saying smaller contract sizing. Sounds like your smaller contract sizing is working really well. Yeah, you'll be able to add your notes and add tags and all that kind of stuff. And then there's like a tilt score that's created. So when we make trades or we implement stuff, then it's going to automatically look at trades that are likely to be creating tilt events based on like pre-programmed rules. So stuff like automatically like multi-trades, right? So if you take a trade at like, 10:06 and you get stopped out and then you go short at 10:07, that would create a high tilt score. On trades where it dynamically is breaking your max loss rules, or you have more risk on than your max loss, it's going to increase your tilt score potential, things like that. So if I were to go in here, you can set your rules and it will reflect what rules are working, right, or which ones aren't. So like you can set your max loss per trade to be $500, and every time you take a loss that's more than $500, it's going to flag. It's going to show you that trade, and it's going to give you a score, right? That shows that, hey, you actually broke a rule and you're going to be punished for that. Same thing with that max loss per trade, max number of trades per day, things like that. You'll be able to customize these to a certain extent. There's not that much customization you can do yet because I'm not a great programmer. But that gives you a lot of extra information. So should be awesome. Samuel, congrats, man. Passing your 100K eval. That's freaking awesome. But that should be it should be a pretty powerful tool for us all to use here. And it should make it a little bit easier for us to be like accountable to ourselves. And then when we break rules, we'll be able to get notifications and like summaries of what happened and this sort of stuff. And I'll be able to see, right? Like I said, I'll be able to see on your guys' dashboard if you broke a rule, what rule you broke, what the patterns of those R's go. I'm looking at my positions tab. Right? So I have my positions tab open. When I click submit on a trade, I see it in my positions. If it's there, happy days, right? Then I know I got filled. Yeah, I'm trying to buy on the downtick, right? So when it's moving against my thesis, so ideally, right, I'm clicking submit as it's pulling into my entry zone, not away from my entry zone, right? Hopefully, Aaron, by Monday, hopefully. So it's not available yet. Classic Entertainment, right? It's not available yet. It will be by Monday. Hopefully, yeah. So bear with me, guys. Everyone who is watching right now will get access to it. So I just wanted to show you guys what's coming. I want you guys to know I'm not just sitting on my hands and yelling at my computer screen. I do actually do some work here every now and then. But I want you guys to be excited and trying to make it easier for everyone to be tracking and getting better and improving. And hopefully this will give us a lot of good stuff. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be relatively elementary, but it's going to be giving us feedback based on yeah, CD, go enjoy your day. Go enjoy. Classic and shame, I don't know what you're talking about at this point now. Yeah, I'm glad to be back here too, CD. And you know, it's funny, every time I feel really guilty taking time off. I do feel always really guilty taking time off. Probably the thing I struggle with the most running this room is when I'm burnt out. I'm not always very good at taking breaks. But every time I do and I come back, I trade so much better. So it's like it's such a limiting belief. Crazy. It's crazy how that works. Trading is also like really mentally intense. It's very stressful. It's really no, guys, the tool is not available anywhere yet. Please listen. I'm showing you guys a demo of it. It'll be available on Monday. I don't know how many times I got to say that. No one has access to it right now. It'll be available on Monday. Please pay attention, guys. And so I think just, yeah, trading when we are feeling sharp and we have our mental capital always goes better. When we're trading in a state of burnout, generally you make dumb mistakes. And I think by Monday, Tuesday last week, I flirted with disaster a little bit. So there's a lot of recommendations for prop firms. Organic Tra 1884. It's check the vetted prop firms channel. There's a ton of stuff there. No, guys, for fuck's sake, this tool that I am showing you guys is not available yet. It will be available on Monday. Everyone will get access to it. I am just showing you guys a demo of what is coming. I don't know how I can make that more clear, and I don't know why people are getting confused. Please, guys, come on. Like, if I can't give you guys a little teaser and get you all excited over what's coming, like, come on. I'm trying to get you guys pumped here. Yeah, yeah. What's the latency like? So I will make it available, guys, as soon as I can, right? But I want you guys to know it's coming, right? I want you guys to know, always looking to provide better support and feedback and coaching, and I want to show you guys the tools that you'll be able to use to maximize it, right? That's my objective here. No, I'm not using Lovable. Actually, you're the second person, Chris, who's asked that. I'm using Replit, which I think is very similar. But a lot of this is hey Rusty, how's it going? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The only reason I use Replit is I met the CEO once, the guy who started it once, and he gave me a little sales pitch on it. I don't know, 6 months ago or something. Yeah, Rusty. So I'm making or I've made like a trader dashboard here for people that's going to give you a lot of like feedback on your trades. If you just upload them, you'll be able to see, trades, rules that you're breaking, get feedback on how to improve it, get a little calendar, stuff that you can improve, right? And then break down trade by trade, give you like scores based on DTR rules, give you ideas, right, of things that you can improve. You can add notes. Eventually, we'll get charting in here as well so that things are automatically plotted on those charts. And so it'll be a really cool dashboard here that we can use that's influenced by the DTR trading system that we work on. And it'll give you like stuff like, okay, if you make those changes, here's what your P&L could have been, right? What it would be on the week, what it could be on the month, all that kind of stuff. And it'll give you a lot of cool ways to be able to gamify your performance. And then from my perspective, right, as a coach, I'll be able to see everyone's trading journal and their like performance, so that when you have a really bad red trading day or a really good red trading day, I'll be able to see, okay, Michael today he made $3,500. Let's go see those trades. Oh, sweet. Okay, I can see trade by trade breakdown of what they did. Oh, he made $3,500, but oh, actually, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. Here's what we can fix, and then we can look at stuff and figure it out and all that kind of fun stuff. We're also going to include like a team leaderboard so that we can run contests and competitions and kind of gamify it a little bit so that people are crushing it and having some joy. But I think this will be a really cool feature here. We'll all be able to use pretty successfully. Again, will be coming by Monday. I'm just showing you guys a demo of it. I got a few more evenings of ironing out some stuff and making sure it's all working as expected. Uh, So yeah, should be useful. We'll see how it goes. One hell of a day here, team, though. One hell of a day. Been a lot of fun. Like like I said, I'm up almost $4,500, 44.99, 46. So there's very limited reasons to want to keep pressing or being super aggressive, right? Like the risk reward here is a little bit skewed, where turning that from a $4,500 day into a 6K day is not going to feel better than going from 4K to 1,500 is going to feel bad, right? Type thing. Yeah, really strong session. No point like making things worse, right? Not a single losing trade here today either. So that's that's the sweet spot. That's where you want to be. Everyone feeling good? Everyone green? Oh, 100%. Sonia. No, CBH, I don't send alerts or set alerts on TradingView. I don't. Nice work. 2,000 bucks. Don, 900 bucks. Amazing. I'm the same way though, Sonia. So like, I have one of those 8 sleep systems. I bought it in the summer, and I use it to track my sleeping. And anytime my sleep score dips like under 60, I trade like absolute dog shit. Just like, maybe I don't always trade badly, but maybe the better way of phrasing it is that I'm much more likely to go on tilt or to be like really annoyed by stuff. So just like my fuse is very very short. So I mean, you can get them on like watches and whatever, but I use 8sleep. It's like a temperature regulating mattress pad and duvet. Pretty awesome. It's like, it for sure is the best purchase I've ever made in my entire life. I freaking love it. Um, no, it's just temperature control. So you can set your bed to be 10 degrees warmer or colder than whatever your room temperature is. And then it makes adjustments overnight while you're sleeping to keep you in your deep sleep and your REM sleep cycles. So it adjusts your body temperature to make sure yeah, you're constantly getting the rest that you need. And it's an absolute game changer. I freaking love it. Like I don't talk about purchasing stuff too often. It's called 8sleep. I'm sure you guys have heard it on podcasts. So 8sleep. Yeah, absolute game changer. Expensive, but worth every penny in my opinion. Oh, Rusty, I think we're probably pushing 60 people green here today. Pretty awesome. My dog freaking loves it too, actually, Sonia. Love that, Mike. Enjoy your morning, man. Like, I personally don't see myself placing another trade here today, guys. But pretty good session. Pretty good session. Hey, let's go, Braden. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, Hugo, I can only imagine. Yeah, I would say it'd be a game changer for you. Like, yeah, it's the freaking best. Oh, Sonia, I'd be terrified to butt dial my dad at 2 a.m. Oh my god. Is everyone feeling good here this morning? Everyone feeling sharp? Like I said, I don't see myself placing any further trades. We definitely got the easiest part of the day here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 green candles in a row. We're not going to get that again. Not today, at least, I don't think. But have one green? All right, 68 cents loss, Jamie. I don't know, man. Yeah, it might be over for you as a trader. Let's go, Hugo. Well done, Leonard. Bristow, nice work. 3.5K is fantastic. Love that, James. Time to go scheme up some plays for Patullo to run. Any other questions here, team? Anything you guys want to go over before I take off and do some lab work? Nice work, Audrey. Love that, Sonia. Well done today as well. Yeah, that was a lot of fun today. On our day by 10 a.m. Hard to complain. Hey, appreciate that, Joe. What's your 150 account balance right now? Is it changing because of consistency rules? Okay, so it's like the tilt of it that sends you on edge. So it's the tilt, yeah. I don't think like changing accounts or account sizes is going to help with that. Truth be told, Sonia, like I really don't. The thing to then study, right, is why those triggers happen once you start to feel like you're doing well, right? Does it happen because you like take your foot on the off the gas and you start to get a little bit relaxed and now results start deviating? Is it something else? Is it whatever? So it would be studying the like the perceived trigger over why you think that pattern is occurring, because it'll happen on just a smaller scale or at a different number on a different size account. So I wouldn't say that that would be the thing to change or fix. So I would look at the source of the frustration, not try to like take a different path to avoid it, because you won't be able to do that. Like the problem is a psychological one, not an account sized one or a technical one or a platform one. So the only way to fix that is, okay, why do I think this is happening? Okay, when this happens, how can I change it? It could even be something like, and maybe sounds counterintuitive, right? But a lot of the times when we have a really good trading day, it's really easy for us to like get a little bit relaxed, and then the next trade we take maybe doesn't follow our rules as perfectly as it could or as it should or as we want it to, and then we get a result that doesn't go our way, and because we know we made a mistake or we didn't take things as seriously, now we kind of have a panic to like fix that mistake and get back to where we were P&L wise prior to taking that trade. And then we end up just compounding mistakes at that point. So it's about figuring out where's that point where, yeah, you get that little deviation or that little like mental hiccup, I'll call it, right? That makes it start to seem as if it's different than it actually is. No, classic entertainment, I would not say that market sentiment has switched to bullish for the remainder of the year. I don't make those types of statements or interpretations. I honestly don't care. So it's just not a thought that goes through my head. And like today's bullish price action is not that significant relative to what we've seen. It just was a quick rip off the open. So I wouldn't overthink it. My job is to trade my system and my rules, not to trade my feelings basically of what I think the market is going to do. So I honestly don't care. I don't care if the market's at 67,000 or if it's at 6,000. It makes no difference to me. I'm just going to take it day by day, let setups happen, right? Wait for confirmation and then look for entries. And I'll have setups in either direction. And so from my perspective, it doesn't matter. All I care about is to really just focus on, am I executing my strategy? Am I following my rules? If I say yes to those answers, or I can say yes to those questions, sorry, then I'm going to make money. If the answer to that is no, I'm going to lose money, and it won't matter what the market is doing. So my obsession isn't about anticipating or controlling things that I can't control. Like, I have no control over what the market is going to do, or what the next day is going to be like, or how a trade is going to behave once I enter it. I have zero control over those things, so I don't give any energy to them. All I have control over is my strategy, my risk management, my position sizing, my journaling, my tracking, my studying, my self-reflection, my strategy improvement, right? My entry timing, my take profit timing, whatever, right? All those things. So I want to put all my energy into making those variables as consistent and as sharp as possible, because that's going to make me my money. And if I focus on those things, then I can let the market do its thing, and I'll be okay. I appreciate that, Johnny. It's been a really good 2 months here, give or take. So long may it continue. But it's been a good 2 months or so, because I've been focusing, obsessing, right? Forcing myself to only care about those variables I just mentioned. Those are my priorities. Those are the things that I can control. Those are the things I can get better at. So the more I focus on that, the better my trading goes. What the market wants to do, I honestly don't care. The other reality here, and it's maybe a little bit of we'll call it like a protection mechanism, right? But the more that I think that the market is going to do one thing, so I think, okay, guaranteed, or we've got trend in this direction or trend in that direction, and I'm only willing to be bullish or only willing to be bearish, and then the opposite happens, right? Or that scenario doesn't come into play, then you end up getting tunnel vision, or struggling to accept that your perception of what should have happened isn't actually happening. And you end up taking trades where you're on tilt, or you've got tunnel vision, or whatever it might be, and you stop trading objectively. You start trading what you think is going to happen, or you try to outsmart the market, or whatever it is, and that never really ends up going well. So I'm not really an analyst, right? I'm a trader. So I don't really care to forecast or to predict. I'm here to react and to trade my system. And when I do, it goes well. When I don't, it doesn't. That's the binary I care about. So I'm just going to focus on the variables I can control and let the markets do its thing. Because my job, I make money basically if I survive, and I can stay in the market a long time. I lose money if I don't do that. So that's my obsession, or that's my objective. Make sense? Like, I don't need to know the direction of the market to make money trading the direction. It sounds stupid to say it that way, but like, I don't need to know what the next candle is going to be, or if the day is going to close higher or lower than the open. I don't need to know that information or forecast that information to be profitable. Make sense? So there should be a bunch of stuff in the Discord, Johnny. I would recommend going through there. How DTR trades and trading basics channel will answer those questions for you. But it's understanding, right, that your job as a trader is to collect data, right? So journaling your trades, tracking them, studying your triggers, and having that self-reflection is what it is, right? So got to create that data for yourself to a certain extent. Hell of a day, though, today, team. All right, guys, I'm going to go final call for questions here. Final call for questions. Ooh la la. Man, P&L feels like it's been a straight line recently. It's been nuts. Not too shabby. Like you can literally see where I started using the fake out entry technique. What a difference. It's so dramatic. So dramatic. Well, it would just be the pullback, Joel, and the aggressive, right? I mean, you've seen it. But I just wasn't waiting for bulls to fail or bears to fail before my entry. I'd get confirmation and look for an entry right away. And so then you pair that, right, with getting tighter risk. So getting, 10 points of risk or less. And all of a sudden, you don't need very much to be green. Yeah, lose small and close as your P&L is increasing. Like, if philosophically that's the only thing you try to focus on as a trader, you will make money. You're like, your strategy won't be that important. So most people focus on stuff that doesn't actually help them fix their problems instead of focusing on the things that actually do. They want to do like the sexy deep work and exciting changes and all this kind of stuff. But that usually doesn't actually increase their P&L. It makes them feel smart, but it doesn't actually help them make any more money. Like good risk reward, tight stop losses, and closing as your P&L means you can effectively flip a coin or throw shit at a wall and still be profitable. And I'm not saying we should do that, right? Because that opens up environments where you can make a lot of emotional decisions, which then impact that. But from like a math perspective, that you can still make money trading that way. So then when you apply a strategy edge and you find ways of tracking your emotional triggers and studying those things, now you create a set of rules or a context or an environment that you can have a really consistent trading kind of performance through or in. And that's the pursuit, right? The hard part about trading isn't trading, it's the consistency. So everything that we try to do, right, from a strategy perspective, from a entry technique perspective, from a position sizing perspective, it's to create that muscle memory so that that consistency becomes second nature, right? Where when we do a different strategy each time or a different setup trigger each time or an impulsive trade each time, we don't build that muscle memory and we end up trading like emotional reactions, which makes it more likely for you to get those basically bad things, right? Where you get those big tilt trades or you get those big overreactions, or you want to break your rules or you want to do whatever. So the way that you avoid that, right, is you build basically good habits, good muscles, strong muscles. So Aaron, if that happens, right, then you know, okay, your entry timing is a little bit earlier, and now you need to wait for that fake out under when you think it's time to enter, and then look to jump in. Right. And if it's consistently 2 points, right, or whatever it is, less than your stop loss, well, now you look for an entry 5 points better than what you're getting, and you add 5 points to your stop loss, and you'll stop getting faked out. So you got two solutions to that problem, right? Okay, keep getting faked out, sweet. Wait for the fake out to happen, then jump in once you've seen it. If you can't figure out how to wait for the fake out to happen, okay, figure out what the average wick is under, get an entry 5 points better, add that extra to your price, and keep your risk the same. All right, guys, like third call for final call for questions. Anything else? Sounds good, Joel. Enjoy the rest of your day, and appreciate you saying that, Jen. But like I've said to you guys before, I'll say it again. I very much care about your guys' success, and I want you guys to all make as much money as you possibly can. And so I'll always try to do my best to hold up my end of the bargain and make it easier for you guys to hold up your end too. All right, guys. So same deal like always, right? If you have any questions, hit me up outside of market hours, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. But have yourselves a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Guys, and just a reminder, right? If you're using Zoom, please don't use the Zoom chat, guys. I do not have any visibility over it, right? During the trading day, only so many chats I can monitor. Please use the Discord chat, right? Because I cannot monitor so many at once, right? So please. All right.